Where's Kawhi Leonard right now? Where is that man? What's going on? It's essentially what I'd like to know.
Somewhere in L.A., I believe.
Okay, so somewhere in Los Angeles. Best we know are all. Has he met with all three teams that are in this mix?
I can't say for sure. I feel relatively confident, and relatively confident probably shouldn't say it on the radio, so I don't know. But
it's sports talk radio, Brian. Just spitball it. Go for it.
Relatively confident that he's met with the Clippers and Lakers, but
right.
This is unlike. In 2019, there's a pretty standard free flow of information that comes out on free agency. Like if you went back and looked at the way free agency was reported on as recently as like 2013 or 14, we didn't have stuff like this. Sometimes a player would sign and we wouldn't know the contract numbers for 2-3 days. There was like several different levels. Now, part of it is there's just great reporting on it. Adrian Wojnarowski, he's one of the best sports reporters in the history of the genre. But part of it is it's become kind of standard for things to become public. Well, this is a throwback operation. And I know it's extremely frustrating for fans, but remember, we waited 9 days for LeBron James back in 2010. We waited when Kevin Durant went to Golden State. We waited till July 4th. So this is not what we've gotten used to over the last few years, but it's not that unusual in sort of more old school terms. And if you look at the way Kawhi does business, he's kind of an old school guy. So this is just the way it is. I know people are on the edge of their seat, but that's kind of makes it more fun, I think.
No, I agree with that. I'm fine waiting. Let me ask you this: is it possible there's a fourth team in that we don't know about?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a 3-team race. I think it's a complex decision for him because I think all three are pretty different. And I think that's one of the reasons why he might be taking some time here. Is I think if he's going to make this choice, it's really going to be an important moment in his career. And when he meets with these teams, there's a lot to go over, especially if, when you're meeting with the Lakers, especially. This is why I've tried to explain to people. There seems to be this feeling that the Lakers have some sort of advantage because they've been very active lately. They've added Anthony Davis, and they've, wiped out the rest of their roster to open the cap space. What really has happened is they've just changed everything recently. They recently changed their training staff. They recently changed their head coach. They recently changed their front office structure. So Kawhi Leonard, as he's been thinking about this over the last 6 months, he knows everything that's going on in Toronto. He was there. He knows what the Clippers have. He's aware the Clippers were recruiting him for months on end. He knows everything about Doc Rivers. He knows their roster. He knows their structure of management, Jerry West. The Lakers are all new. So one of the reasons why he's going to do information gathering on the Lakers is because he didn't have a lot of information. And I think one of the things that's happened is as he's gathered information, there's been this sort of rush to judgment that means he's going to go play for them. And he wants to talk to Magic Johnson. He must be going to play for them. No, he wants to talk to Magic Johnson because he wants to know what the hell is going on with that organization. Now, he may end up doing that. He may end up being, satisfied with what he hears and be excited about it. But that's one thing that I've noticed in this last week is people are confusing, activity with accomplishment. And I think that's something you should think about as you try to figure out what Kawhi's thinking.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.